And then this push that we're about to build is going to be unstoppable.
Sussing out your luck, going hard in the paint, and that's how you assert dominance.
Alright guys, so this is the OG 3 Musketeer deck that you guys know and love, and it's very free to play friendly with the only legendary card, a miner. Everything else is a rare or common card, and it's pretty easy to level up. We're going to go jump into some grand challenges, and we're going to assert some dominance. Alright, so he's going to go in for a Hog Rider. I want to go in for a minion horde, so then he's not able to go for like some absurd pre-log, right? So he's going to go in for archers. I want to go for a miner right on top of the archers and get ready with the zap. I'm not going to zap them unless he gives me something that I should zap. So he went in for a fireball. I have an ice golem just waddling down that lane. I might as well take advantage of it and drop a battle ram with it. He's going to go log. That's why I don't like going in for battle ram plus goblin gang when you don't know what spells they have and what spells they have in cycle. So really didn't want to abuse that. So now he doesn't have log in cycle. I'm going to go for a collector in the back. He could go in for a hog rider and it will just get disintegrated by a goblin gang. So he can't really, right? Ice golem to kite the knight opposite lane. He can go in for a hog rider, but it's just going to be a bad play. It's going to be bad news bears for him. So he can't really punish that collector, so then he absolutely has to go in for fireball. I don't think he's back to goblin, or I don't think he's back to log, so I still want to take advantage of his log being out of rotation. He had to cycle a few cards to get back to log. So we're going to be up a lot of elixir, so I'm going to go for 3 musketeers. Also, he's not really able to drop a hog rider when there's 3 musketeers on the map, but if I went in for like minion horde plus battle ram, that would be something that's kind of sketchy. He would be able to go in for a hog rider opposite lane if he defends with like a fireball, right? So we're going to go in for battle ram. Battle ram will actually connect. We could go in for a zap, but I really like preserving my elixir advantage. We actually bait out a log. This is all you got to do with this deck. You got to be really like cautious with how you're dispersing your units. So another thing, right? This is what I was talking about with hog rider. I'm going to go in for a minion horde, and if he fireballs this, then I get a free collector. If he goes in for a pre-fireball, he just loses. I'm going to go in for a miner, and then I'm also going to go in for a zap. I really was hoping that it wouldn't play out like that, but the miner still gets a lot of chip damage, so I'm vibing with it. Notice that miner placement, that inside corner tile placement. It looks like it would get hit by the other tower, but it wasn't. So that's really nice as well if you guys can do that. Most people would never guess that. I'm also going to go in for a battle ram right in front of the 2 musketeers. Bait out another log, then going for goblin gang immediately successfully behind it. Bob the Barbarian is tanking. It's just like our own like thick boy push. You know how Rascals have the thick boy tanking? We have Barb the Barbarians from the battle ram tanking for us. So I'm gonna go for a high minion horde. He might go in for a fireball, but he's not gonna clip all of the minions, and then he just loses because we just in reality played this game a lot better than him. And we got all of his cards that he wanted out of rotation. Whenever we got that log out of rotation, we just abused that to the fullest extent. We ended up getting an elixir advantage and then dropped 3 musketeers in the back when he didn't have fireball and then just pushed off of that and took the W. Alright guys, this guy's got a really funky name. Whew. We're going to go collector in the middle. Going to be hovering my ice golem, just waiting to see what he wants to do. Oh no, sir. Not like this. Anything but the giant double prince, sir. I have to go miner on defense, otherwise we would just be incredibly sad as that prince just dashes away with all prospects of us winning this game. Alright. So I do end up having to cycle, right? He ended up poisoning as well. So I have 2 things. I could go for battle and minion horde, or I could have went in with goblin gang. I presume that this is the better decision since he still has dark prince, right? So like that's a very usual combination. Either Royal Ghost or Dark Prince, and since he had that, that was the better play. I ended up making him expend way more elixir. Zap, Spear Goblins, Bats, that's already 6 elixir plus another 4 from the Dark Prince. That's 10 elixir that he spent. We spent 9 there, so plus 1 trade. Well worth. Okay. So I have to kite that opposite lane, then go for Goblin Gang here. He's going to zap, but then the Stab Goblin still stay alive, so that's pretty important, right? I'm going for Battle Ram just to make sure that the bats don't have our way with us. And then, yeah, just making sure that the Dark Prince still doesn't hit our tower. Very important. See what he wants to do here. If he wants to poison, I'm fine with it, because then I get a free collector. There's no way for him to challenge my collector if he poisons that. Very fine with that. Not even going to be supporting those muskies with the mine or anything like that. Yeah, this is really great. He's bridge spamming me again? Jeez, man. This is going super well. Exactly how I planned. Or exactly how I wanted, right? Then he zaps and doesn't hit the minion horde. Oh, he's going to have to poison. Now I get free 3 musketeers with a huge elixir advantage. Guys, I'm going to go zap that because he still had that alive. I'm going to let the Dark Prince connect. I'm going to go for 3 musketeers. And then this push that we're about to build is going to be unstoppable. So here we go. This is what's up. Ice Golem. Going for the gang. Going in for the battle ram as well. He went in for a zap. We're going for a split minion horde. I'm also going to be zapping his spear goblins, and this is going to spell doom for him, boys. This is going to be too much. This is going to run rampant all over his towers, and he is going to be incredibly depressed after this decision-making that he had. Oh, it was really hard to formulate this type of push, but we did end up pulling out the victory, I believe. So we're just going to have to go in for battle ram, goblin gang. Do I have to zap that? I presume I do, unfortunately, and then I'm going to go in for a miner, and we will cop it. So I had to play that really, really well to win it. Good game, well played, and good luck, bro. Did you watch the Stanley Cup Finals? No, I did not. So we're playing against Eric, guys. We're going to chill. Sauce out a good luck to our friend Eric. I'm going to be dropping Ice Golem in the back. And we're going to see what he wants to do here. I really dislike making the first bold move. Like, I don't like dropping like Minion Horde at the start of the game. I think it's too risky. I think dropping Battle Ram at the start is usually not the play that I like doing, but I sometimes will do it. He ends up going in for a zap. I want to stockpile a little bit of units behind our Ice Golem and Goblins now and see if we can make something happen with that. So it looks like we're probably running the same deck as him. I'm going to go in for a zap since we had the Ice Golem. I knew that the Ice Golem plus the zap combination would do really well against the Minion Horde. So he hasn't exhausted his Goblin Gang, so I know that he'll be able to defend the Collector. So I don't really want to mess around with the Miner on that. I'm going to be holding my Ice Golem to stop his Miner if he decides to go in. So this is going to be a mirror matchup. So much fun, man. Ooh, not a mirror matchup. You're going to have Giant. Okay. So I'm going to go in for Goblin Gang plus Miner just to apply some aggression. See what he wants to do about that. He's going to go in for his own Goblin Gang. I'm going to zap it immediately. And he's just going to get spanked silly, man. Very solid start for me. So I know that he's probably going to go in for like Minion Horde, right? Yeah. So I'm going to let the tower fall. And then I'm going to go for 3 Musketeers. And then our counter push should be astronomical. There's no way for him to defend it. Especially since we have an elixir advantage. This is going to be insane, man. So here we go. You know what? Do I even... No, I'm just going to take the other one. Our 3 Musketeers should trade. And then he just loses his tower in the left. I'm fine with that as well. Yeah. I'm chilling with this, man. I'm vibing with this. I think it would be hyper aggressive to do anything else. Let's see if he goes in for a Giant in the middle or something. See if he goes in for a Collector. He doesn't have Goblin Gang in cycle, so if he goes in for Collector, he loses it. No, he's not going to. I was hoping he would. So since we have a Collector on the field and he doesn't, this is pretty decent for me. I'm going to go for a Miner. Oh, he's really trying to apply something here. He's trying to apply a lot of aggression. I want him to zap, but it doesn't look like he wants to. Okay, I'm going to go in for Ice Golem. It should kill everything. Totally vibing with this, man. We got it. Yeah, that's it. That's going to be all she wrote. The other push is untenable, man. You can't defend that. I'm going to go for Ice Golem. Even if you connect, the Ice Golem will block like a true sir. And we asserted dominance. Good game, well played, and good luck, bro. If you went in for like a balloon, push at the start of the game, and then arrows Minion Horde, I just lose the game, right? So, it's a lot about card cycle. This game is always a lot about card cycle. There's some things that you just can't control. Alright, so I'm going to go cycle Goblin Gang right into the Mega Minion. It's most likely going to be a tank deck after seeing the Mega Minion, right? So, he's going to go log as well. I'm just going to eat that and then go in for an Elixir Collector. Oh, are you running Graveyard? This is not good then. So the one bad case scenario is him running Graveyard, and it looks like that's the case. So I'm going to have to zap that, and I'm going to also have to go in with the Miner. I have to go in for an ice golem, otherwise skeletons just completely go all over my tower in all sorts of ways. Alright, so I'm not too sad about this, because usually I am able to beat graveyard players. So, worst case scenario is him going in for like a tank push, and then being able to poison like a goblin gang plus my collector and then the tower. So, I still stand by my play of going in for the collector in the back. After seeing the Mega Minion, I think that was still the better play, because I still came out of this situation, one of the worst possible scenarios, unscathed. Okay, so this is really good as well. He ended up going in for an Ice Golem, and then his Tombstone is out of cycle. So his Ice Golem is opposite lane. We're going to try to apply some aggression because of that. I'm going to go for a Miner right on top. He goes in for a Log. Log was really awkward. I don't really know if I like that or not. I'm not going to zap or anything. I don't want to apply too much aggression. I could zap it later on if I really want to, or zap the Mega Minion plus the Spear Goblins. I think that would probably be a little bit better. And the Mega Minion's health would have made sure that the Spear Goblins got way too much damage on my tower. Unjustifiable amount, actually. Also want to stagger your Elixir Collector a little bit off to the side, so then he's not able to get some absurd like poison radius. So if I drop it right here, then he goes in for a graveyard on this side, the radius of his poison, because he wants to hit the tower in that, is going to be significantly worse. So I'm going to go in for Minion Horde in the back. It's not going to get all hit by the poison, but some of it will, unfortunately. And then I'm going to go in for a Battle Ram plus Miner. Right on top this time, and I'm going to go in for a Zap, so then at 2 shots, or 1 shots, the Girl Rascals. He's going to go for a Graveyard. Like, if you go for an offensive Ice Golem like that, like, you obviously are going in for a Graveyard. So going in for 3 Musketeers right into a Graveyard push is usually a play that you like doing. Well, a play that I like doing. Battle Ram right in front of the Muskie. Wow, he went in for a Log. He's getting super feisty here. Because of that, I'm going to apply a lot of aggression. I'm actually going to go in for a Zap. Zap was really bad. I thought he was going to drop something on front. Oh, he already dropped Spear Goblins off to the side. I didn't see them. I'm such a potato. I'm like, he's going to drop Spear Goblins to soak it up. Nah, man. It's not about it. So guys, we're just going to casually defend the virginity. 3 Musketeers on the map means that it is not possible for this man to go in for a graveyard. As much as he wants to, it's just not possible. I could go in for the Disrespect Miner on the King Tower, but I'm not about that life. I'm just going to go for the Zap and finish off the game. Good game, well played, and good luck, bro. Alright, so I'm going to go in for Elixir Collector right in the middle. Unfortunately, I have to cycle an Ice Golem, and it looks like he's playing very precariously with the Collector in the back. He is really about the life of losing to Graveyard immediately. Unfortunately, we do not have Graveyard. So I'm going to go in for a Miner, test the waters, especially since he has Giant. So Giant plus Pump. Is this going to be Giant 3 Musketeers? Most likely, right? I'm going to go in for a Zap just to deny all Elixir from that Collector and to ensure that we do not have to deal with that Battle Ram. Oh, well, that push. Guess we do. I have to go in for Ice Golem because he's going to zap the minions, and then the bats would end up cleaning us up, and I can't let that happen. I'm going to go in for a pretty substantial push, and then I'm going to go in for Goblin Gang. I delayed that. I was ensured that I would take more damage, but I wanted to play very aggressive there, especially since he doesn't have a tank, guys. So this man does not have Miner. There's no way for him to get anything in front of that Minion Horde when he was such low amount of Elixir. So therefore, I decided to play a little bit more aggressive, and it paid off. It paid dividends, actually. I ate a few Giant hits, but as a result, I got an Elixir advantage, and Elixir advantages are everything in the 3 Musketeer mirror matchup. So, what does he have in cycle? I think I'm up so much. I really think that since it's single Elixir, there's no way for him to drop 3 Musketeers. So I think I can do this. Yeah, especially when he commits to bats, you already know he's not going to commit to 3 Musketeers. So we're just going to take tower and his collector in one fell swoop. Let's go, guys. When you're up a lot of Elixir, you can do that type of play, but otherwise, I would not suggest that, because what he would do in other situations is drop 3 Musketeers, and then it would kill my push. He would have a huge counter push and kind of laugh at me the entire time while it happens. But since I had a collector advantage, I could make that happen, and it was justifiable. So another thing with 3 Musketeer mirror matchups, you got to know when and when you can't punish. Another great way to know when you can punish is just knowing, okay, my opponent, what did he do? I guess he decided to go cycle an Ice Golem in the back, or he cycled a Zap. That means that you can apply a lot of aggression with Minion Horde. Otherwise, you just want to be focusing up on pumping up, and when you focus on pumping up, getting an Elixir advantage, they play aggressive into you, you counter push and generally just win the game. Play safe and steady until you win the game.